We're here to do today a Shopify dropshipping video review of a dropshipping site. Let's go ahead and get started. The address that we're going to be using here is gadgetplace.co. Alrighty, cool. Right off the bat, you can see a logo. Okay, I've got some push notifications. Let's go ahead and say don't allow. Alrighty, cool. So let's see. I've got a pop. I've had a couple pop-ups thus far. Alrighty, so let's take a look. First impressions, what are some things that are popping off pretty clear right off the bat? Number one, free shipping right at the top. That's always a good thing, especially with Amazon making free shipping kind of the norm and what customers expect. Also see a logo here. That's fantastic. Looks like a little phone. Very cool. All right, shop now. Cool. So it looks like we have a little, oh, that's a little weird right here. So this top panel is not scrolling down with the thing, so it's kind of cutting off part of the picture there. It looks a little weird. See? Um, Maybe that's something you can fix within your theme right there. The other piece to it as well is, let's click over here. This looks like a holiday picture, and I totally understand that with the holidays. Maybe this picture was put up because of the holidays, but I would absolutely change that for the rest of the year, just so you have the overall vibe throughout this year. Cool. So let's keep on looking through. Gadget Place. This looks pretty generic. Free shipping again. I love that. It's emphasizing the free shipping again, and if it's got up on the top as well, that's fantastic. 24-hour chat support, locations. Interesting. I wonder why there's a location piece. This is a drop shipping site, so there absolutely should be no locations. I would go ahead and remove this right here. Maybe put something else in this place. You got free shipping, chat with us, maybe say something about return policy or refund policy, just to help build that trust with customers as you go forward. Cool. So what do we have? Trendy stuff, household. It's kind of a cool picture. Watches. Which one is this? Accessories. Oh, that absolutely changed this wording right here. It's right on the passport for what looks like Canada, so you can't actually see what it says pretty easily. So one of two options here. Number one is have the word accessories be, say, over here. Actually, there's something in this corner and there's something in this corner. That would blur out the black font because this is black and this is black. I'd put accessories down here. The other option is you can change the picture. It's kind of a cool picture, but those are your two options right there to try to fix that. Cool. Alrighty, top sellers. What is selling well? So this is kind of cool. So we've got this car thing, slime, corgis, can't go wrong with a corgi, and then some pie dough cutter. Cool. I like how it's got, you can see what percent you're saving right off the bat, and you also have the ability to click here. Interesting. One thing to mention, this white cutter dough bakery, plastic baking tool, cookie pie, pizza bread. So this very clearly right here is a AliExpress description. It is not a edited description. So we'll open both of those and we'll go look at those in a second. Cool. What else do we have? Kitchen tools for kids. Very cool. Interesting. Okay, so if we look at this right here, these are the exact same 4 products as the 4 products we have right here. That's kind of wasted real estate. You have the opportunity to put 4 different products, have 8 total products on the homepage. Absolutely change that up. Would make that a little bit different right there. So we'd do that. One way that you can do that is, this is view all homepage. On the back end of your Shopify store, you have something called collections. What you can do is you can create a collection. There's probably a collection called homepage. And then within that, you can select the product you want to appear. So you've got best sellers, that's top sellers, view all homepage. So you probably have a top sellers collection, and then you have a homepage collection. I would just make sure that you don't have overlap between the two and different products there. All right, cool. In the bottom, we've got shop, about us, contact us. We'll take a peek at all of these. Track my order, always a good thing. Subscribe, very cool. We'll also take a peek at all of these. Make sure they're going somewhere. proper. Why Gadget Place? We love gadgets, technology, and customer service. Cool. That's short, sweet, to the point. I love it. Alrighty, what else do we have? We have in the bottom, terms of service, refund, privacy. Need to have all three. It looks like they have them. Fantastic. And then it tells us what theme we have. A running Empire theme right now. Cool. All right, so let's take a peek at a little bit more what we have. So um, right now, let's just go to shop. Let's see what all of their products look like. Ooh, interesting. This is a little slow right now. So we'll add one more thing to our overall things to check. We'll put GT metrics there, and then we'll jump back. Cool. That's actually useful that we jumped away because we can see they have an app that's changing what this looks like. See, it'll go from products, and then yep, it says probably don't forget. That's something you can check through an app called Vitals is my favorite one to do that. It's got about 40 different things. One of the things it does is it allows you to change that in the header. Definitely recommend and look at that. All right, cool. So lots of products here. Look at this. Again, it's got what I would call the AliExpress description, not what the actual description is. So if we scroll through these, yeah, it's a lot of cool random products. But look at this. So we've got some that have a actual name, and we have some that have the AliExpress name. You gotta have all of them have the actual name on there. So would definitely go ahead and make those changes. We'll talk about that when we get to the individual products up here. Cool. So yeah, it looks like a pretty general store. It's kind of actually a cool product. It's phone, watch, and AirPods. I'll actually open that. I want to look at that myself. That's pretty cool. Other than that, it looks like it's got pretty cool products. This is interesting. If you look over here, there's a ton of different categories. That's super annoying and confusing for customers. Like, okay, I want to filter and look for something like I want to best bicycle light, but I also have best bike light. I would remove these filters if you can, so you don't have to actually see all of these. I can see this being super confusing for customers. What you can do is again, within your Shopify backend, you have the ability to set those collections. The collections that were the things that we saw on the home page, like for kids, the home page category, best sellers, kitchen tools. I would have those be your filters rather than like 2016 Charger. That being said, it is pretty cool that you have the ability within this theme to pull these things up, because then I can say, oh, I want a bike light, which I guess would be under that accessories category, and then you could click in and see what the actual thing looks like. One piece I really like in this theme, you've got the ability to do a quick shop and an add to cart. Add to cart is always good and very cool. It pops up right off the bat and shows you what you put into the cart. Again, great thing right there. All right, so we've clicked around a bunch of these. Let's kind of go in now and look at what each one of these overall tabs that we've opened looks like. Cool, so let's go to this one. Yes, this was the first AliExpress title. Cool. So right off the bat, this is ugly as all hell. It's got whatever the hell number of words this thing is. What's cool though is you've got all of these pictures that you'd like to see exactly what it is. That's kind of weird. Not a big fan right here of see how there's two texts overlaying each other. You really got to do what you can to make sure you can cut that away. So it just says a very simple thing like pie lattice roller or something along those lines. It's got the savings, very cool. It makes people want to buy. This information right here, this is useful, but you really want to have a paragraph of text. The paragraph of text should really just say, this is exactly what the product does, and this is exactly the value it provides to you. In this case, it looks like this thing makes pie crusts. That's kind of cool. It looks kind of tasty. I would say something along the lines of, make the best pie crust you can. Perform professional level pie baking in the comfort of your home with this. Make it extremely clear to the customer what is the value that they get out of this. All right, so at the bottom, they've got a bunch of badges. I'm not a huge fan of trust badges. I don't think they add a lot of value. I think they look pretty gimmicky. I try not to have them in my store, and I found it doesn't really impact sales one way or the other if you don't have the trust badges. So then there's reviews. There's no reviews here. Personally, if you don't have reviews, if you don't want to import reviews from AliExpress, I wouldn't have the review section because then it looks like no one's bought it. Review percentage is typically 1%, meaning if 100 people buy a product, only one person will review it. So this to me makes it look like less than 100 people have bought this product. There's a ton of apps on the Shopify store that allow you to put reviews in, but again, if there aren't reviews, I wouldn't put in the review category because it looks a little funky. One other thing that noticing on this page is $3, fine, it's a good price, it's pretty cheap. This looks a little weird, $4.56. That's not what I would call a standard price. I don't think I've ever gone to the store and seen something that says $4.56 for a price. What I would rather do here is have this end in 0.99, so I would rather have this be $4.99. Or if you wanted, that's to convey like, hey, it's cheap, it's ending 4.99. It's psychological pricing to make people want to buy. However, the other way you could do it is if you want to convey value, it's something awesome. I would make it 5.0. One of those two, not 0.56. Cool. So, all right, so this is the other one. This is the one where it looks like they have the AliExpress title has gone away. See squishy corgi pillow. Oh, cool, I get it immediately. There's a paragraph here. This is a little short. It's only 3 lines really. Our squishy corgi pillow. So it's cute, super soft, squeeze, play with, and nap with. Cool, I get it. That makes a lot of sense. And information about features. Again, get rid of the trust badges. This is what I want to see. See, now there's 57 reviews. It's really highly rated. I look at that and I go, okay, cool. It's people are buying this. There's like a peer pressure effect almost. That's actually kind of cute. That there's more than one effort. Cool. So this one's some of these apps. That allow you to do reviews. I know one that comes to mind is Vitals. There's also like Review Pro is also really good. It allows you to select which reviews you want to show and which ones you want to don't. There's 57 reviews. You don't need 57 reviews. It can actually slow your website down. So what I would do is I would have 10, 15, and then I'd go through and individually take out the ones that you don't want to have. So for example, like this one makes it look dirty, like you probably don't want to have this review, even though it's a 5-star, like that's not a great photo that you really want to have right now. So I would get rid of that. One other thing is it's pretty cool. It has this add to cart that sticks with it. So no matter where you are on the page, you can just click and add it to the cart. That's fantastic. That's absolutely what you want to have. 2 other comments. Let's check this out. So it says gray right now. This looks like the gray one. I want to see what happens if we change it to yellow. Perfect. It does, in fact, change over to the yellow corgi. So customers can see exactly what they're buying. I love it. One tip here is I'm assuming this came from AliExpress because China uses the metric system of centimeters. I would assume most of the sales go to the US just because the US is most profitable. I would probably change these to inches just because the US consumer is much more familiar with inches. Like right off the bat, I can't tell you how many centimeters are in how many inches that is. I have no clue how big this actually is. Let's make this inches so it's easier to see. Cool. So that's one of the product pages. Now let's look up the About Us. Thanks for joining us. Independent team. Very cool, short, sweet, couple paragraphs. That's fine. That's all you really need. I like it. Contact us. Very cool. I like it. Awesome. So I've got the ability to email here. This over here, I haven't mentioned it yet, but this is one of those chat bots. I'm not going to pull it up because then they're going to get a message that I want to talk with them and they'll start messaging me, but I don't really want to talk with them. But that it's good to have. There's the contact us and there's this chat bot. I highly recommend having both as it gives customers 2 different ways to contact you. I found on my site some people just want to email. They don't really have the time to be sitting and chatting. So this is really nice, having one of these like email contact us forms. Some people really just want an answer immediately. I found that especially to be true during the holidays, as people want their orders in time for Christmas or Hanukkah. So the chatbot is really nice functionality here. Cool. So let's see what else we have. Track your order. Cool. Order number and email. Need to have it. There's a ton of awesome apps on the Shopify store, like Traktor. Highly recommend using those. They end up adding a lot of value, and it'll really cut down on the number of contact us emails and number of these you get. Again, that's Amazon's fault. Amazon is customers are used to knowing exactly where their product is and to get it in 2 days. So having these functionalities prevents questions from coming up. Cool. So this is the link to the Facebook page, I would assume. Um, this is kind of weird. It's totally different logo. Um, not a big fan. Not a big fan of this. I actually don't even know if these pages are affiliated. See, it's a different currency. I would definitely check their. Jesus, scroll all the way down. I would check these social links just to make sure, because I don't think those are the same thing. On Twitter as well, this, yeah, again, I would check that. I don't think it's the same thing. Instagram, definitely not the same thing. I would check these links to make sure they're going in the right direction. Cool. So this was the one that I thought was kind of cool. It's his phone and all that. Interesting. So this is pretty kind of in your face. This is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times 3. So that's 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 22 photos. You don't really need 22 photos to show what this does. Like, I think right off the bat, this photo is pretty clear on what it does. I would probably have, honestly, like these three are probably all you really need. Um, that this is maybe useful, but do you, that's kind of cool, but like, do you really need this many photos? I don't think you do. It's kind of distracting to the customer. I would totally get rid of that. Um, then again, we got to make the changes we talked about earlier, have a paragraph right here that really explains what the value to the customer is on this. One device, charge all of your devices at once, make it easy, super clear. The other piece too is this is a more premium product, right? I would define anything over $100 as a premium product. So in that case, I would make this end in a 00, not a 0.99. So I would make this $145. That makes it look premium, makes it look like a nice product. A great example of this is Warby Parker, where they price their glasses at $95 because it conveys value, rather than $99 because that conveys that it's cheap. This is a premium product. It's over $100. Put it at a 145.00. And I guess there's two different colors here. It's nice. It's changing which one it is. So again, pretty cool. All right. So last thing I wanted to check. Remember, we clicked on one of these pages and it took a long time to load. That could definitely be better. So let's check this website. It's called GT Metrics. What it does is it allows you to see how fast a website is. There's a lot of research that shows the slower your website is, the more people who bounce, meaning click out immediately because they get frustrated with the page taking too long to load. You really, really don't want your website to be more than like 3 seconds from a loading time perspective. Otherwise, you're going to lose a ton of customers. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, fully loading time, 5.4 seconds. It's really slow. That's going to result in a lot of lost sales. So we've got 2 performance scores over here. This one is kind of garbage. It doesn't really tell you much. The one that you really care about is the why slow score, because it tells you why it's slow. Well, and that's a D. So definitely something that could be improved right there. So if we look at why slow right here, and it tells us why it's going slow. So there's a couple different things. If we look at the high priority things, expiry headers, HTTP requests, minify scripts, reduce lookups. Lookups, it doesn't really matter because it's a low priority. So expiry headers and minify request. Those are both pretty difficult things to do if you don't have coding knowledge. Those are things that I would absolutely farm out to a coder on like Upwork or Fiverr, who can help you with that for 20, 30 bucks. It really will result in lost sales because you're going to have a ton of people clicking onto the site, waiting 5 seconds for it to load, and then saying screw it and leave. Um, if you were HTTP requests, that's easier to fix. So if you look at requests, that's the number of things that the site is trying to do when it's loading. Um, the biggest driver of HTTP requests I've found is apps. So what I would assume is that this store has a ton of apps working in the background. We know that they've got at least this one that's where it is. Where is it? It's not picking up right now, but there's the one that we were talking about earlier that's changing this one. We also know they've got a chat bot minimally and the track my order. Um, I would definitely see if there's some apps around here that they can cut that they aren't using right now, because it will speed up the website and will reduce this loading time, which will lead to more sales. So definitely, see, there it goes. Don't forget this. So I would definitely try to offload some of those unused apps. This is the waterfall right here, and it shows you how long things are taking to load and exactly what the biggest uh, adder of time is. And if we look at it right off the bat, it's this thing. This is whatever this is what's killing it. So it's Christmas gift center, crop center. So this right here, it's an image, JPEG. This picture that we were talking about earlier, this Christmas picture, is what's slowing down the site the most. So offload the apps, and then we have to get rid of this picture anyways because it's no longer the holidays. If you get rid of this picture, it's going to speed up your website very quickly, and you're going to see hopefully higher and better conversions from that. So if we look through this, there isn't anything else that's a huge, like, several second issue like this Christmas picture thing was. The next biggest thing is this get summary content. Uh, um, request headers. So these are tokens, alley reviews. So this will be right here will be one of the apps that's getting you the reviews. There's a ton of different apps. Vitals does it, which also does this. There's also like best alley shop reviews. Most of them are free. Some of them have a small nominal fee. I would look around and see which one is highest rated for being quick, because you can cut some time off of this right here and it'll speed up your site pretty dramatically. So overall, I think it's a pretty good site. You've got a lot of the key basics down. You've got the logo. It's a pretty catchy theme. It looks nice. I see what you're trying to do here. I think there's a couple things that you can improve. Number one, right off the bat, is I would go through every single one of your products and make it from this AliExpress thing to from the pie cutter dough closer to the squishy corgi pillow. So that would be number one. Number two would be to try to speed up the site. You're definitely losing conversions because of how slow you are. So speed that up by changing that Christmas photo that we talked about right here up on the top. That's going to be a big one. And then the other big piece was from the waterfall was the slow app for your reviews. There's a bunch of different ones that you can do. The other big pieces that we talked about were rather small things that I'm sure most customers aren't even noticing, like the changing the links to your socials, also doing things like moving this accessory piece along. That can help improve your site and help improve your conversions. So hopefully you found this useful. This is Shopify website reviews for dropshipping. Thanks so much, and best of luck in your dropshipping success. You got this.